It was a moonless night, and the darkness seemed to seep into every crevice of the world. I had just finished a late shift at work and was eager to get home. I knew it wasn't wise to drive at night, especially on the old country roads that wound through the woods, but I needed to be home. As I drove down the narrow, winding road, my headlights struggled to pierce the thick darkness. The trees loomed ominously on either side, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. I tried to focus on the road ahead, but the constant tapping of rain on the windshield made it difficult to see. I felt a chill in the air, despite the heater running at full blast. My heart pounded in my chest as a sense of unease settled over me. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was not alone. A flicker of movement caught my eye in the rearview mirror. I glanced back but saw nothing except the road disappearing into the blackness. Get a grip, I scolded myself, chalking it up to tiredness playing tricks on my mind. I turned up the volume on the radio, trying to drown out the sound of my own nervous breathing. But as the rain beat down relentlessly, the radio signal became garbled, and an eerie static filled the car. My heart raced as the static seemed to form whispers, voices just barely audible beneath the crackling. I reached to turn off the radio, but my hand froze as the whispers grew louder. It was as if a multitude of voices were speaking all at once, their words incomprehensible and filled with an unsettling urgency. Suddenly, the whispers coalesced into a haunting melody, a tune so hauntingly beautiful, yet filled with melancholy. I recognized the melody. It was an old folk song that my grandmother used to sing to me as a child. The song brought back memories of warmth and comfort, but in this context, it sent shivers down my spine. My heart pounded in my chest as I tried to focus on the road, but the music seemed to draw me in, pulling my mind away from reality. I felt as if I were in a trance, unable to resist the allure of the haunting melody. With a jolt, I snapped back to my senses and realized that my hands had left the steering wheel. The car was moving on its own, guided by an unseen force. Panic surged through me as I tried to regain control, but the car refused to obey. "Stop!" I screamed, my voice drowned out by the haunting melody. "Please, stop." The car continued to speed down the winding road, taking me deeper into the heart of the woods. I glanced at the rearview mirror and gasped at what I saw. A ghostly figure sitting in the back seat, their eyes hollow and filled with sorrow. I knew then that I was not alone in the car. The whispers, the music, the ghostly presence, it was all connected. My heart raced as I desperately tried to comprehend the situation. In a last-ditch effort, I reached for my phone to call for help, but the screen was blank. The battery had drained, even though it was fully charged just moments ago. I was completely cut off from the outside world. The car continued its relentless journey, and I realized that the road we were on was unfamiliar. It was as if we were on a path that shouldn't exist, a hidden trail that led to the unknown. Fear clutched at my heart as I wondered what awaited me at the end of this haunting road. The ghostly figure in the back seat turned to face me, their lips parting as if to speak. But no words came out, only a cold, chilling breeze swept through the car. I could feel the presence getting stronger, its malevolence suffocating me. It was as if the spirit of the haunting road had claimed me as its own, and there was no escape. As the car hurtled forward, I braced myself for what was to come. The haunting melody filled my ears, drowning out my thoughts, and I closed my eyes, surrendering to the darkness that surrounded me. And then there was silence. The car came to a stop, and I opened my eyes to find myself back on the familiar road, just a few miles from my house. The rain had stopped, and the night seemed strangely calm. I stumbled out of the car, my legs trembling, and turned back to look at the empty backseat. The ghostly figure was gone, and the car now felt like an ordinary vehicle. I couldn't explain what had happened, but I knew one thing for sure. I would never drive on that haunting road again. The memory of that night would forever haunt my dreams, a chilling reminder that some roads should never be taken, especially at night.